On June 8, 793 AD, Scandinavian longships appeared off the coast of Lindisfarne, a small tidal island in Northumbria, carrying warriors who would change European history forever. Lindisfarne Monastery had been established in 635 AD by Irish monk Saint Aidan, becoming one of the most important centers of Celtic Christianity in Anglo-Saxon England. The monastery housed precious illuminated manuscripts, ornate religious vessels made of gold and silver, and served as a pilgrimage destination for Christians across the British Isles. The monks followed a peaceful monastic life of prayer, manuscript copying, and farming, completely unprepared for the violence that would arrive from across the North Sea. Viking warriors from Norway and Denmark had developed advanced shipbuilding technology, creating shallow draft vessels capable of navigating both open ocean and coastal waters with remarkable efficiency. These Scandinavian raiders were motivated by a combination of factors, including overpopulation in their homelands, desire for wealth, and the knowledge that coastal monasteries held valuable treasures. The attackers arrived during the morning hours, when monks were engaged in their daily routines of prayer and agricultural work around the monastery grounds. Viking warriors carried iron swords, wooden shields, spears, and axes, wearing simple leather or padded fabric armor rather than the elaborate gear later attributed to them. The raiders quickly overwhelmed the monastery's defenses, which consisted of nothing more than wooden buildings and a small stone church with no military fortifications. Monks were killed during the assault, while others were taken captive to be sold as slaves in Scandinavian markets or throughout the extensive Viking trading networks. The attackers stripped the monastery of its precious metals, religious artifacts, and any portable valuables accumulated over 158 years of monastic activity. Anglo-Saxon scholar Alcuin York, serving at Charlemagne's court in Francia, wrote letters expressing shock that pagans had desecrated such a holy site. Alcuin's correspondence described the raid as an unprecedented catastrophe, suggesting divine displeasure with the Northumbrian people for moral failings. The attack demonstrated that coastal religious communities throughout Britain and Ireland were vulnerable to seaborne raids from Scandinavia. Medieval chroniclers recorded unusual atmospheric phenomena before the raid, including lightning storms and whirlwinds, which monks interpreted as divine warnings. The stone church building suffered damage but remained partially standing, while wooden structures were burned or dismantled during the assault. Some surviving monks eventually returned to Lindisfarne, though the community never fully recovered its former prominence and wealth. The raid proved highly profitable for the Viking warriors, encouraging subsequent expeditions against other poorly defended coastal targets throughout the British Isles. Within a year, raiders struck Jarrow Monastery in 794 AD and various sites along the Irish coast, establishing a pattern of seasonal raiding. The Lindisfarne attack represented the beginning of sustained Scandinavian contact with Western Europe, eventually leading to settlement, trade, and cultural exchange. Later Viking expeditions evolved from simple raids into organized military campaigns, territorial conquests, and permanent colonization of regions like Normandy and eastern England. The monastery's famous Lindisfarne Gospels, an illuminated manuscript created around 715 AD, survived because monks had relocated it to Durham before the raid. Archaeological excavations on Lindisfarne have uncovered evidence of the monastery's layout, including the church foundations, living quarters, and workshop areas. Historians now mark the Lindisfarne raid as the conventional starting point of the Viking Age, which lasted until approximately 1066 AD.